Guess what today is? It's shot day. How exciting, right? For some of us. Some of us not so much, for those of us who don't like needles. Stay tuned as we unpack all the things we do for shot day, where we inject at, how to inject, how we pick a site to inject in, and what I do to prepare myself for my injection day. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sherilyn and I am on a journey to wellness through a clinical trial at the Cleveland Institute of Bariatrics. I was selected as a candidate to receive Zepbound as part of a clinical trial where we compare its effectiveness to that of bariatric surgery. So if you're new here, welcome. I'm glad you're here with us today. And if you're a returning viewer, thanks for joining and coming along as well. I'm happy you're here too. So today is injection day. And for a lot of us, that's scary. For our first injection, that can be very, very intimidating. I remember my first injection, and let me tell you, it was a nightmare. Not because of how bad it went, because I had worked myself up so much that I was not necessarily ready, but I was ready, if that makes sense. Anytime you're starting a new medication, there's always concerns. Will it work? Will I have an adverse reaction? How do I do it? Where does it go? All of those types of things. So today we're going to talk a little bit about those things and what I do to prepare myself for my injection and how it has helped and what I've learned along the way. So first and foremost, this is my last injection of my four injections that come in a box. So like I said previously, you can call it a month, you can call it 4 weeks, 28 days, whatever the case may be. There are times throughout my injections that I delay my injection by a few days, depending on how I'm feeling, or I may take it a little bit early. These are all things that I have gone over with my provider that they have okayed me to do. So I received that go-ahead from them. And I want to encourage you that if you are taking any medication, any supplements, or on a wellness journey, seek your provider's information on that. Any acknowledgement, any insight, seek their advice, not mine. I am not a provider. I'm just here showing all the things that I experienced while on this clinical journey for all of you to see. So thank you. So I will be taking this injection just in a bit. So to go over a couple of things, when I started the injection, I was afraid. I didn't know what to do. I had never seen an auto-injector pen before for myself. As a nurse, I have given medications through an auto-injector pen. Everyone is unique and different. Some you dial up the dose and you change out the head, the needle head on it, and others it's just a one and done. That's what mine is. Mine is a one and done. So I sat on the sofa contemplating, do I give this injection? Do I not give this injection? I held it on my stomach. I pulled it away from my stomach. I unlocked it. I relocked it. All of those things. It took me probably an hour before I finally said, just go, just do it. And I did it. And I'm glad that I did. I have experienced a great amount of weight loss with this injection. Overall, aside from a little bit of not feeling well, blood pressure things, I have those in my other videos. Go ahead and watch those for side effects and how to deal with those things. But other than that, I'm really glad that I've started this journey. I have not been able to do what I'm doing in a very, very long time. And I've been able to do it with this injection. So I won't bore you with all of that stuff, but just a little background and insight. So with it being injection day, I always make sure that I stay hydrated. Hydrated is crucial. I've noticed that my blood pressure drops. I don't take blood pressure medicine, but I do notice that my blood pressure drops anyway. And when you're dehydrated, you're at a higher risk. I am anemic, which can contribute to low blood pressure. So that may have some bearing on it as well. But I always make sure I'm hydrated. I always make sure I eat and eat protein-rich foods. So I will go over on another video what I eat in a day to maintain weight loss, to continue to lose weight, and to keep those side effects at bay. So I do eat well. So I made sure I've been drinking all day. I have been drinking my water. I also drink Gatorade. And I know there's controversial issues on Gatorade with the dyes and the sugar and all of that. It kind of keeps my anxiety and how I feel at bay. So I drink it, and I drink it for now. It's better than pop for me. Oftentimes I dilute it with water. I don't drink it straight up, and I add a lot of ice. So I do stay hydrated. I also use Element electrolytes. So I have those as well. And I'll go over all of that when I have my video on what I eat. But I want to make sure that I'm prepared for the injection I'm getting. So I do all of those things. So I've done all of those things. Next, I take out my box of injections and I take out the pen. There, I have one pen left. It is the last pen of this box. So I take that out and I let it get to room temperature. I put it on the counter, on the table, somewhere away from children, away from animals, somewhere that is going to be safe and not get knocked off. So I take that out and let it come up to room temperature. I have noticed that when I kind of rush the injection and it's kind of on the colder side, it does sting a little more. So I always let that come up to room temperature. So I let it sit out for about a half hour, 20 minutes before injection. So I've done all of those things. Next, I prepare the area and I prepare my mind and I take a couple breaths and I get ready for that. So I also purchased a box of alcohol wipes. That's upside down. Alcohol wipes for injecting. They don't come in the box, but I like to make sure that the area is clean. I don't want to risk any infection. I am breaking the skin. So I always cleanse the area with alcohol wipes. So I make sure I have an alcohol wipe to clean the area before I inject. So I make sure I have one of those. Then I look over the injection sites on the box. I'll show you. It tells you where you can inject. If you are new, you can see on here where to inject. So this gives you the instructions on how to inject and where to inject. You can see the backs of the arms, the legs, the abdomen. I have only used the abdomen to inject. I haven't used the thigh. I haven't used the back of the arm. Maybe someday I'll try that. This is my 4th box of pens that I've used. So I just never have. I've always used the belly. And then I always use the app Shotzi, so I can remember where I took the last injection last time. So I sometimes forget because I do my abdomen, which side I did it on. Did I do it upper? Did I do it lower? All of those things. So I'll show you a little clip here on how I go through that. It shows me on there where I injected last, so I know where I can inject next time. I always at least try to rotate sides and areas so I'm not injecting in the same area every week. So now that I've done all of that, I've gone through all of those things with you, it's time to inject. Okay, so these are the injector pens. This is the 2.5 milligram pen. And as you can see here, it's in a locked position and you will turn it to be unlocked. It also has a cap on it to protect the needle. And this is what the pen looks like. You will press this button to inject. So you're going to find the area you want to inject in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with you now. So I'll get up on my tiptoes here so you can see. Let me move my little stool out of the way here. Okay, so I will be doing on the left side. I did my right side last time, so I'll be doing it on the left side. I got my alcohol pad. I'll find the area of skin that I'm going to inject in. I pinch it. I cleanse the area very good, and I let that dry. Then I take the needle cap off. I grab the skin that I just cleansed. I place the needle on here. I turn it from the locked position to the unlocked position. And then I just inject and I wait the full 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm done. Then I put it back on the cap and I save it. Then I cleanse the area with my alcohol pad. Sometimes there's blood and whatnot. And that's it. I'm done. That's all. That's all it took. And so it's not so bad. It doesn't really hurt. Sometimes I don't feel it at all. So give it a try if you haven't. Don't worry about the pain or anything like that. Talk to your provider if you have any concerns or questions about the shot, and just make sure you're getting ready. You're prepared mentally, physically, and emotionally for this injection. So that's it. That's how you inject. That's how you do the auto-injector for Zepbound. If you've done it differently, or if you have any questions, leave those in the comments below. I'd love to talk with you through those things. And then if you're new here, like and subscribe. Hang around. See how this clinical trial goes. I don't know how it's going to go, but I'd like to share this journey with you. So thanks again for coming, and I will see you on the next one.